Hey there, it's Kimberly Lucht, and today I want to talk to you about how to use a pendulum to make decisions really quickly and really easily. So if you've been around this YouTube channel for a little bit, you know that I have a video on muscle testing, which is also a really cool and effective way to make decisions. But today I'm going to focus on this little tool of mine that I really like to use when I feel like I'm kind of in between decisions of like, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. I don't really know what the best thing to do is. And if muscle testing I'm not feeling it that day, I'll use a pendulum instead. And so if you've never seen or heard of a pendulum before, I'm gonna bring this a little more close up to you so you can kind of take a look. Of course, if you want to order your own pendulum, you can do so on Amazon or any other like online retailer like Etsy. And I think you could probably find it in store, like in person at certain spiritual stores as well. And so the first thing that I'm going to cover with this is how to calibrate your pendulum. And so just like you would calibrate the wheels on a car, you want to calibrate your pendulum by basically asking very simple questions that it can give a really simple yes or a really simple no to. This is a very basic way to come into pendulum work. So bear with me here if you've already done this before, but I think that this could be really useful for you even if you have. You want to make sure to calibrate your pendulum so it's working with you and giving you the answers in a way that's like, okay, yes, that we are on the same page, that this is a yes and this is a no, right? So let me show you how to do that. The first time that I used a pendulum was with my tia Laura, my Aunt Laura, and she had a pendulum with her when we were all down in Mexico with like this, kind of family reunion type of thing going on. She introduced me to this. So kudos to tia Laura. I am going to say the phrases that she taught me to calibrate the pendulum with. I'm going to translate them for you to make sure that, we're on the same page. The phrases that she uses to calibrate the pendulum is like, dame tu sí. So let me show you. So this is yes, and this is no. When the pendulum goes like this, it's yes, and when the pendulum goes like this, it's no. So when I say, dame tu sí, or give me your yes, we see it kind of like going back and forth towards you. Right? Maybe you can't see it so well on camera, but I'm going to do the opposite, okay? So, dame tu no. Give me your no. And instantly you kind of see it shift. Now, I'm not moving anything. This is what's really cool about this. I'm literally not moving a muscle in my body. Like, this is just like energy coming through and coursing through the pendulum. Okay? So, give me your yes. I'll do it in English. Dame tu sí. That's your yes. Give me your no. Dame tu no. That's your no. My name is Kimberly. Yes. My name is Jane. It's like, nah, bitch. That's not your name. Do you remember that Ting Ting song? That's fun. So whenever you have a question about life or a decision that you're making, you can come to the pendulum to ask that. So let's say, for example, I actually used the pendulum for this recently. I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to visit family in Mexico and go home to see, family for 4th of July as well in the Midwest. I was in between. I was like, there's a lot of different ways that I could do this. Like, what is best? So I basically asked, I was like, okay, it's optimal for me to go to Mexico in this time frame. And it said yes. And then I said, okay, it's optimal for me to go to Mexico after that time frame. And it said no. It's still saying no. It's optimal for me to go to visit other family in the Midwest during the 4th of July weekend. Yes. It's optimal for me to do it after or before. No. So this is how I made the decisions to book flights, basically, to go see different parts of my family. And I think it's like when the stakes are higher, it's even more valuable because let's say you've got a lot of thoughts of what you could do or the things that you could go and see or do or be or whatever. I think when you have a tool like this, especially when you don't yet understand muscle testing as well, this can be really helpful because you just see the answers. It's as if we had a magic 8 ball that we used to have in the 90s. What's the answer? Yes, no, maybe. But it actually, in my perspective, works so much better because it really tunes into the muscles and the energy of your body. Because when you say something, let's say you're meant to be a race car driver. Like I just like got like, oh, like my muscles and my energy completely changed. Like you're meant to be a coach and a healer, and like that is way more like, whoa, like exciting, right? For me at least. Like for you it could be something completely different. But if you were to muscle test or pendulum swing about like you being a race car driver, my assumption would be that like that's probably gonna be a no. It's literally like no, it's like it was like no down here, like it was literally like nope, no race car driver. Let's check though. It's optimal for me or the viewer to be in race car driving. Oh, that's a hard no. So I invite you to have fun with this and play around with it. There's no right or wrong way to do this. There's even like more advanced ways for sure to do it. Like I was just like informed that there's like this way to have like this is a yes, this is a no, maybe, and like all these other like different ways to swing. But I found it to be really helpful just to have the very basic bare bones version of pendulum stuff, especially when you're just starting out. This is something that I brought to my group program, the Queen Beehive, recently. I just sent everybody pendulums, and I'm kind of like, yes, like everybody needs a pendulum, especially if you have a business, especially if you have like a spiritual business or you have any kind of business. Like this will really help you in making decisions for your life and just overall, like your general happiness, your general business. I really hope that this helps. And if you want more of this guidance, I invite you to apply for the Queen Beehive. This is a space where I share my best tools and techniques for not only making decisions in life and business, but also the strategy to make loads of money doing what you love and like do so in a way that makes you feel spiritually alive. If that's something that you're craving, then go ahead and drop into the link below. It's in the description. Click it, apply for the Queen Beehive, and I'd be so excited and stoked to welcome you on the inside. I hope that you're having a great day, and I hope that you have an even better day now that you know about the pendulum. Let me know how this goes for you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao for now.